Sorry. Sorry for the awkward arrival. Hi, my name is Inbaal. Laura is a little bit late today because she's taken her babies to the vet. So the reason that I'm all awkward now is that I'm send the invite to join the studio when she arrives, so that there's no drama. If anybody's late, that's cool. If anybody doesn't make it, also cool. But yeah, you caught me in the middle of pressing all the buttons to send Laura her show invite for when she arrives back from the vet, hopefully with happy and healthy cats. Hey, everybody, how are you? If you're new here or if you've forgotten, my name is Inbaal. I'm a psychic, tarot reader, and witch. I normally do this show with Laura, who is a tarot psychic reader, witch, and artist, and a PhD in Viking studies, and or something along those lines. And Laura makes rune sets and has written a book on a guide to reading the runes. So she will hopefully join us, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes. And hopefully you either follow us on here or on my YouTube or on Laura's YouTube. We are going live right now. I'm live right now. I'm live from my home in the UK. You might be watching it from all sorts of places across the world. We're live right now on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Instagram. If you're watching us live, feel free to drop a message on your platform, and then I'll bring it up to the screen. So, for example, we've got Marcus, is my personal friend, well, also Laura's friend, saying, morning Inbaal, Laura, and those little ickle kitties. I hope everyone is okay. I have a little sore throat, but I'm fine. Hello, everyone else. Remember to like and subscribe so you know where the shows are on. So this is absolutely 100% live, and we have a bit of doubtfulness here from my Willis 57, loving the name, saying, is this really live right now? Yes, it is. Yeah, look, I'm going to show you without breaking anything, the front of my phone. So in the UK, it's now 11:37 a.m., nearly lunchtime, 15th of March. If you're watching us or listening to us on catch up, this then goes on all the podcasting platforms, so people can catch up with us a little bit later and welcome themselves into our world. So big shout out. That was a little wave. Big shout out to anybody who's watching us on repeat. If you're watching us on repeat, know that you are never, no with a K, know that you are never more than a few days away from the next time we go live. So on Instagram, I'm Inbaal Psychic. On YouTube, I'm Official Inbaal. Sort of going through all the different channels we're on right now. On Facebook, I think I'm Inbaal Psychic, and on Facebook, the Bigfoot Outlaw channel is as Bigfoot Outlaw or as Grizzly Bigfoot. It's very easy to find us, but if you're not sure, just check with me. So we've got my Willies is carrying on the conversation, saying United States here. He said, I'm saying he because of the Willie, but it could be she, saying 6:30 a.m. here. So if it's 6:30 a.m., you are on the East Coast, right? Because we're 5 hours apart. So it's 6:30, I know, like in Florida now, in New York, right? Connecticut. Let us know. Phil Alexander is here saying, hey, and doing a smile. Beautiful. And Mark is making friends with my Willie. I wonder when that will stop being funny. Saying, yep, it is 100%. I can clearly say it. I wouldn't be here otherwise. It's true. Marcus is all about the lives. I think I missed a couple of messages from the beginning. So Grizzly Chris, who owns the channel, it is Chris's or Grizz's channel, saying you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. And look who we've got joining us. Joey is saying good morning. It's been a while since I've been up this early for the show. How early is it for you? Because sometimes we have people popping in from Australia where it's like the middle of the night. And I think like around California where it must be like 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. Marcus. Marcus goes, if you've forgotten, I forgot ages ago, but I have my reasons. Fingers crossed that Miss Daligan does make an appearance. Also, hope the kitties are fine. I hope so. Oh, there we go. So I can see that she replied to the show invite. So we know that she's definitely, alive and in possession of her phone. Jet Builder here says Nashville, Tennessee, USA. How exciting. It's one of those dreamy places, isn't it? Like everybody's heard of Nashville, but I've never been. What a dream. What's it like over there? Amy says she's just too adorable, presumably talking about Laura, and she absolutely is. Good morning, says Amy. Stephanie says, hello, Alabama here, 5:39 a.m. here. Amazing. Oh, how exciting. I love it that we've got like an international community from everywhere. So, Cuban Crisis says, in 1986, I wrestled a Bigfoot in a Sears parking lot. Sears has been going on for that long? So that's exactly the kind of stories that we love to hear. If you know this channel, we touch on anything esoteric, anything spiritual, absolutely no judgment. No one's going to turn their noses up at you. This show is more about like tarot, astrology, predictions, manifesting as well. But throughout the channel, we have programs about Bigfoot. We have programs about cryptid. We've got ghost hunts sometimes. Grizz, who runs the channel, has done quite a few filmed ghost hunts over like a whole weekend, a little bit last year, quite a lot the year before. And actually, we have some prayer shows as well. All spiritual people, understand all spiritual people. Amy is welcoming Stefan. Stephanie is saying hello. And we've got Irene saying hi, everyone. My Willie says, I own a 1957 Willys Jeep. I have to Google what that is. I need to see what that is. Let me ask in the Google so that I see what it is. 1957 Willys Jeep. Oh, that's so cool. Rugged. Rugged military Jeep, it says. That's really awesome. And that's what you named it after. And Stephanie says 5:40 a.m. here in Alabama. And isn't that crazy? So Amy says, I'm in Alabama as well. That's so niche. Amazing. I love that you're like from nearby. Actually, me and Marcus, who writes in, we're not that far from each other, probably like a 20-minute drive, 30-minute drive from each other. So that's quite close as well. And Irene says it's late, like 8 p.m. in Tokyo. Amazing. Let us know, because we only just started our day. Let us know how the day goes. Amy is saying howdy, neighbor. My Willie says let me listen to it. Maybe I should change my name on here. Do you know, I love the name. I've got to tell you, it is hilarious. I don't even know if it's, just hilarious. Is it hilarious in the US as well? Because in UK slang, it is absolutely like a killer. It's hilarious. But a few months ago, everybody's names, I think it was just like a glitch by the system. Everybody's names changed a little bit. And so if you see some people, like Marcus has got that 282 on the end of his name. So some names changed and some names got like numbers stuck on them. So even if you changed your name on here, the algorithm might decide to change it back. Stephanie says Walker County, Alabama here. Amazing. Marcus says my Willy jokes never get tired. I really agree. I'm enjoying it so much. Amy says Nashville, Tennessee. I lived there for years. Guess is a dream, but it's a dream for me because it's the kind of thing that I only hear of like in stories. You know, when Dolly Parton tells that story, doesn't she? When she says, you know, I met my husband the first day I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, in the wishy-washy laundromat. So it's, you know, so it stays like that. And when Taylor Swift went to Nashville, so it's a concept, it's an idea. There's places like Nashville, like say New Orleans, that are a dream to get to because they're so iconic in their own way. It might be different when you live there, but you know, as a tourist, it would be a dream. Oh, look at that. So Chris says, got woke up by my past grandfather with a beautiful message this morning. So maybe was also meant to catch your show this morning as well. That is beautiful. What was the message? And did it relate to what you're going through? I love that because my grandfather as well has sort of come to me in dreams, and it's just the most comforting dreams. Even if he doesn't speak, I had a dream this like years and years and years ago when he just passed, and I was telling my dad about it, and I said all he did like the dream was going on, and all my granddad did was like check in. He was like peeking behind something. He was like looking at me, checking in, and that's it. And he was gone. He was like a huge man. He was like taller than anybody in the family. He was, you know, burly. But it was just like the most gentle move, checking in, and there he goes. Oh, and well ahead of schedule, I think we can share with you the stunning face.
Hey!
Hey!
I'm back.
Why don't I give you a few seconds to log into all of your things?
Thank you. Perfect. So, yes.
Or are you happy for everybody to gaze at your stunningness?
Yes, I am concerned just in case it logs me out. So just be aware if I vanish. Sometimes when I do that on a new device, it might be strange, but hopefully it'll all be fine. But yeah, gaze at me being like, oh.
That was exactly the face I was doing. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, that was exactly the face I was doing when obviously I was trying to sort of send the invite to Laura. Just scrolling through the messages. So we've got Amy saying Huntsville here, and Stephanie saying Jasper. So that's different counties in the same state, right? Joey says, that's why I love this family. We all love the same thing. I think why we love this family is that we don't all love the exact same thing, but we all get excited over all the stuff that, you know, that the other people like. So me, I'm like, I'm so tarot. But sometimes we've got like Spawn coming in and like on the messages, and Spawn knows so much about what's going on in the planets and like eclipses and stuff. And I am like with my jaw on the floor, really, really sort of excited, really enjoying that kind of conversation. Or when people come in with like Bigfoot information, which to be honest, I know very little about, teeny tiny amount. And, you know, and it is exciting to hear about. Simeon says, good morning, Inbaal and Laura. I hope the kitties are all fine and well, and you are too. Much love. We will hear soon. We will hear shortly exactly how the kitties are doing. We'll be ready for the kit news. Stephanie says, we are hour apart, Amy. I love that. My Willie says, I love the UK. So much history here. It is, I'm not from the UK, so I came here originally as a tourist, and it is like mind blowing what is here. Just today, I was I went on my run, and where I am, it's very typical to have dry stone walls. There are stone walls that would have traditionally been between fields, and they are just the stones and the moss and the mold and stuff, but they don't have like cement. And I was running past some stone walls, and I was thinking, I wonder how long these have been here. And what was there before? Was it for a house? Was it for a field? But the historic like sites in England are so cute. Have you been, my Willie? Have you been to Europe? Have you been to the UK? Marcus says, yeah, we are really close, buddy. Very convenient compared to some here. But it's beautiful. There are so many people from around the world. Yeah, we're having a real international edition. Joey says, Jackson, MI here. What's MI? Is that Mississippi? Michigan? You need to give me more letters. I don't know enough. Stephanie says, I love the My Willie name.
Hello, I'm back. Hi. I knew I'd press a button and it would go, log me out. I knew it would happen.
Yeah, I could see that you logged on to your YouTube, and normally you log on to two things. So
yeah, it won't let me do it. So I need to I need to sit down with it outside. I tried to do it, and the Facebook. I tried to do it now, and I thought I'd done it, and I tried again, and it said no. So I think I need to sit down with it outside of doing a live and go, why?
Yeah, what I think this platform does, I think it logs out all the Facebooks every like 3 months or so. It's like quite frequent. And then it logs me back in at the press of one button, but it'll catch me when I'm just setting up the studio. So before we've gone live, maybe it just doesn't like you doing it live.
Yeah, it was logging me out. And I thought I'd log back in, but I came back here and it's still not. So I need to just sit with it. But yeah, anyway, I'm here.
Yay! It was the most important thing, and everybody wants to know, how are the babies? What did the vet say?
I'm sure you might have heard the yowl of Luna from there.
Without even connecting the microphone.
Without even a microphone, and it's absolutely fine now. Like, because we're going tomorrow. We're going for the spaying. So it was just to check that they were well. So yes, and it was fine. And all happened was she was put on some scales, and Luna was screaming and yowling.
Put me on scales without prior warning.
To be fair, me too.
Yeah. No, she is a sister. She knows exactly what is up. I know my rights, and I am not getting on this.
Yeah, and it was the same vet that really looked after Star as well. Like, and she hadn't met the kittens yet, so it was really because she's such a lovely vet, and she sent me she was very emotional, and she said she sent me a card when Star passed. It was the most amazing, lovely thing. And she said, no, I was really upset too. She could tell a tears. I'm so glad you've got some babies. And she told them that you've got big boots to fill. I was like, no, you haven't. Like, they're beautiful as they are. But it was just like, she was such a good vet. It was just nice to see her. Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. I love it when vets are like that.
Yeah.
You can go either way, can't you? You can go with the sort of ones that are very stoic, and I appreciate that. I respect that, but I prefer my business with the ones that cry.
Yeah, and my old vet, he was a New Zealand guy, and I'm sure he was a little, he was so into the science of it. He was a bit, Jeff Goldblum would say, you thought what you can, you never think what if you should. He'd say these things to me, and I'd be like, we're not doing that. Oh, but we could do this. And then there's this news. It was like he was telling me when they had thyroid issues, we could take them to a radioactive center to blast their thyroids, leave them there for 2 weeks because they're going to be radioactive. And he said, you can go on holiday. And I was like, you don't know me.
Yeah. You'll be there outside the door of the radioactive, plastered to it like a Garfield toy.
Yeah. I have a hazmat suit on, just in there.
Like, sleeping.
So I was like, oh, we're not doing that. So, but he was good, a really good vet though. But the opposite, just like, wow, we could do this, we could do that. You know? But I love. I mean, she's not there all the time, but big shout out to the vets that that I know it's a hard job and that just keep being wonderful and lovely and caring. Yeah.
Yeah. Solly and Stella had a really eccentric vet here in the villages that always sort of dresses with like a waistcoat and that. And when he would sort of take the syringe, and sheath it, they would jump on him and cuddle him, not jump on me and cuddle me, because he had that vibe that animals just magnetized to him. And I remember like vividly Solly's ginger limbs sort of plastered all over vet Andy. And then when we had to put Stella to sleep, one of his like newer workers, like a Spanish guy, was giving her the injection and crying. I was keeping it together because I didn't want Stella to be upset. The vet was like, so it was incredible, best experience, because that was comforting for me. I could be comforting for her.
It's they're so amazing, it's such a, it must be such a hard job. But yes, she was like, yeah, good to meet the kittens. I was like, oh, amazing. So but the kittens did not feel the same. They were like, nope, no. Tell me
what are you doing here, people?
Tell me your cat's a Leo without telling me your cat's a Leo. Getting home. Food then would be great.
Yeah. Lovely Shakespearean performance.
Anyway, how's it going? How are you doing? How were the Golden Globes? Because you were covering that, weren't you? Were you doing the...
Yeah. So I was covering body language on the Golden Globes. And, the papers want like, shall we say, messy commentary. And this generation of performers are sober. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. You had to like really, really look for anything sensational. But it was beautiful. It was very, very glamorous. And at the very, so it was quite sedate. It was quite sober. I was enjoying it. I was kind of typing things. I was sort of impressed with all the outfits. And then at the very, very end, the presenter, just for the goodbye, had like a baseball cap on. And I'm like, because she changed a couple of outfits, but they were not of the baseball cap variety. They were like, more Golden Globes. And I'm looking at the baseball cap and I'm like, what is that? And then I realized that it said Spinal Tap on it and that it was like a wordless tribute for Rob Reiner. I was finished. It was so emotional because they don't do like an in memoriam. I think some of I don't tell anybody, but I can't really tell the award shows apart. So I think the Oscars do an in memoriam, but those didn't. And I can really sort of picture like a comedian thinking, how do I give tribute for this, really, really tragic moment, and just that baseball cap that like unites, because I'm sure every single comedian that is working today would have been inspired by one of the Reiners.
Of course.
Depending on your age, either Rob or Carl, who, who also sort of went, but like in his late 90s, not too long ago. But yeah, so the Globes was good. I was also covering very late night the Traitors USA, the Celebrity Traitors USA.
What's going on?
With a little picture list next to it, trying to figure out what face fits what name, because that it's too much. I've
not even seen the English version yet. My friend was trying to describe it to me the other day. I was like, yeah, it sounds good. I've not been.
No, it's if you don't like reality and you don't like sort of voting based shows, which is very not my bag, then the Traitors is too far. Nobody's naked. It's not glamorous at all. The challenges have, again, don't quote me on this one. I really hope no casting agents are watching this. The challenges really sort of hit the spot in being not very difficult, but also, not very visually
Ooh,
satisfying. And
not
if
sure.
everybody hates you, then you can be banished at a round table. But
Mhm.
if nobody hates you, you can be sort of offed by the traitors. So the people that will win are actually the people that make no impression at all on anybody for the first 75% of, of the show. So yeah, it's a very bizarre concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what was kind of joyous is that they do allow some really unhinged contestants. So that so at
Good.
least you've got that. At least that's that. And then what's my next all-nighter? And then I've got to watch the Grammys, I think. And I've put out some predictions for the Oscars. I'm looking at my diary. That's what I'm doing here. But I put out some predictions for the Oscars, some predictions for the Grammys. I've got to put in some predictions about whether Timothée Chalamet is in fact engaged.
Oh.
I know. We'll sort it out. We'll find out soon. I'm warming up my cards. But yeah, I've been lovely and busy. I love
Good.
being busy. I
Good.
love
Good.
being busy.
Good.
How was your event?
Yeah,
What you
it
made
was
all your
nice.
runes for?
Yeah, it was a lovely, it was in near Avebury. So it was called the White Stag Spirit Fair. It's a really lovely event. The woman that put it together has created a really nice space. And it was kind of a mix between like a witch's place and a mind body spirit. It kind of had that crossover between the two, which was really nice. And I had a talk and I was only allowed 12 people in it. And I was like, oh, because they all signed up. There's only a small room, and people going to me, "Can I come to your talk?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not? Why not? It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, you want to come, you can come." And they were looking at me like, Laura, and they were putting extra chairs in, going, "This is not a health and safety thing." And I was like, so I was getting scowls, but I kind of half joking. I was like, well, people want to come, they can fit in the room.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you know what's the capacity of this room. Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, put them in, and no one died, no one got hurt, but no, it was lovely. I think they were just worried that the hotel would be a bit upset. It was a really nice hotel, the Bowood Hotel, and it was just beautiful. And it was, considering it was a rainy day in January, it was really, really busy and lovely and friendly. And because you do wonder, don't you, on January, is anyone going to come out on a soggy day in January for anything? And they did, and it was really lovely. So yeah, it was nice.
Amazing. What colors of rune sets did you make? So I saw a picture of a purple one. Was the purple one of the new ones?
Yeah, I did a purple one before, but I did a purple one. I did a purple one with like a goddessy on them. I did, because it was called the White Stag, I did a green one with the white antlers and a white stag in the middle. Wow. And then I did lastminute.com. I was like, because I wanted to do 3. Even though I'd had the flu, I was like, no, we will do 3. And I did ones with
the flu is not going to decide things for me.
I did a red one with cats on, so a little Freya one as well. Yes. So I'll take some photos. I'll publish the photos. I have not put them up yet of them. Yes.
Yeah. I can't wait for the photos. Oh, and I was just sort of showing everybody this because we've got lots of new people. Look at these. Look at this best book in the world, in the whole history.
Yeah. So thank you. I love it. I think, you do something and you feel a bit, oh no, I did that, but not this. I feel so proud of it, so happy with it. I'm always like, yes, excited.
You worked so hard on it.
Yes, and I love it. So I'm really, really pleased. And it was really honouring. A guy that makes runes came up and bought a copy as well. So I thought, well, that's got to be a good,
Yeah, that's fabulous. But I think when you're really, really into something, you want to know other people's view of it, and to see the same thing through their eyes, which is really sort of, I think, what's behind tarot collectorship.
Excuse me. 2 seconds. Sorry.
Oh, look at the little black busbusa, so cute.
I've been forgiven. This is the one that you probably heard earlier on today. The yowl.
Yeah.
The yowl. She's so sweet and quiet, but then, oh my lord, wow, the yowls or something of a.
I can't believe they got to the age of spaying already.
6 months.
Quick.
6
Yeah.
months into it. Yeah. I did say to her, like, is it the right thing to do? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah, of course. You know it's the right thing to do.
I think the star was so miserable. I think for boy cats, it's different. They just had a bit of super glue, put him back together. He was like, hello, what's happened?
Yeah.
But the star was like,
Girls, they slice them on the side, and yeah, it is quite a lot.
I remember Star was like, I don't even want to live anymore. She was just like, I hate all of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we
And
get over it.
the trumpet on the head.
The cone of queens. Yes, they've got a wound suit apparently nowadays, but apparently it's like probably like pajamas or something. I don't think that's going to go down too well. So we'll try the cones at first.
Yeah, the traditional and still the best. So while you were gone, we had quite a few new names and also quite a few. So we've got people watching from Alabama, from Nashville, Jackson, Mississippi, isn't it? And we had, let me flash it up for you so that you see it. We had a couple of beautiful messages from Chris, who said, got woke up by my past grandfather with a beautiful message this morning. That was gorgeous.
Lovely.
And a message from Cuban Crisis, who said, in 1986, I wrestled a Bigfoot in a Sears parking lot. So, yeah. So we have got people watching who absolutely get it. So let's catch up.
That's a revelation for the morning, isn't it? Like,
I know. And also we've got somebody with a new username of MyWilly's 57. So that brought me so much joy. Yeah. Well, no, you
can in a very English way by just blinking like a cat, like. Mm-hmm.
So Stephanie asks a great question, saying, how can I hear from my mom and dad who passed? I wish they would come to me in dreams or signs.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. So have you got any tips on that?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, isn't it, when the tough thing about all this, a bit like magic, is when we ask the dream, the symbol, we have to kind of let it go a bit and not going, is that the symbol? And it's really hard because you're wanting that symbol. So it's being open, maybe asking for something not crazy specific, but like something that you think that I will know that that's them, and maybe put almost in your mind, like put a time limit on it. Like, okay, maybe in the next week or in the next few days, I'd like to see some, anything. And don't dismiss things if you think, like, say you say, I want to see a swan, and you're like, okay, and then a swan is on a van going past. Don't dismiss it because it's on a van. But also it's training your dreams as well, like giving yourself space and being really open. It may not happen immediately, but if you put that call out and you ask for a sign, I really feel that it will come through. But it's just maybe being a bit specific. Maybe not like, I'd like to see this on Monday at 5 p.m. It's like, but like, within the next week, the next few days, I'd love to see, show me in this way, and then and let it go a little bit, and then it's giving yourself the best chance to receive it. But with dreams, I would just say, just write down whatever dreams, because you might be getting messages anyway, but not remembering them. And they may not be, a family member saying, hey, but it could be just a sign, a sense of feeling about something, a different way of an animal. So I had a person, I'm thinking of animals, but a person would come through. So just writing it all down, because your dreams are so fascinating and you can get this web of information coming through. But also just be gentle on yourself. Don't expect it all to be straight away, but set some goals with it. So I would like to see this sign in this amount of time. What would you say? You might have a different opinion or a different way of.
No, so I really, really agree on well, obviously on everything, but the dreams I think is sort of really important, and asking, but also to sort of, I think, go beyond the seeing things for the hearing, because let's say if your mom's name was Jessica and you're sort of standing at a coffee shop and somebody sort of calls out Jessica, and it's not your coffee, but that is a sign.
Definitely.
It can be a smell. It can be
smell,
sort of
definitely
walking into a place and it'll be a smell of, say, a perfume that has been out of production for generations, but you remember it, you associate it with. And of course, the numbers are for you and speak to you. So if you're looking at your phone at 11:11, of course, it can mean billions of different things. But if you asked for a message from, from somebody, and let's say their date of birth comes up, you look at your phone, you see 1209, and they're born on September 12th. Do you know what I mean? So that can be a message as well. So you were saying, to keep an open mind. I'm thinking sort of keep an open
Keep an
mind.
open nose.
Yeah. Yeah, not always the best depending on where you live, but
but
very, very possible.
It made me chuckle because I remember going to a mediumship night that the wonderful Anne Scholes was doing, a fabulous medium. And I remember the whole night this person was coming through and everyone was just going, like, no one was getting it. And she's, but this person's here. And then at the end, after describing this person the whole night and do other things happening as well, she went, and they've got this white dog, and someone went, Fluffy. So they remembered the dog, but not the person. Oh, that's grandma, like all night. Anne's been specifically describing this person so well, and everyone's just going, and then the white dog, oh, Fluffy. That was just making me
Sometimes people are embarrassed to jump up. And I've been in situations where, like, the medium will describe really, really specifically absolute silence, and then they'll come off the stage and a person will say to them, that was for me. Everything was like really exact.
Yeah.
And you let your medium dry up on the stage. But yeah, sometimes you'll be delivering like the most exact, specific, accurate message, and you won't hear, but you're still, you're still touching lives.
Yes, Fluffy got it. Fluffy got it.
Fluffy. Marcus says, I changed it to Mark 202 on here because it gave away too many details that I put in YouTube. All right. We spoke about Dolly earlier because of Nashville. I think we have a message from the next room about my willies. It's 75 Pumpkin, who I promised through sickness and health. If this is the sickness, that's fine. Saying, better than my granddad visiting you with inappropriate jokes. Are my pecker and my wiener joining the chat shortly? I don't know if the names are already taken. I don't know.
Thank you, mysterious pumpkin.
Marcus says, the beautiful Laura, hey up, buddy. I hope you're okay. So kitties, love as always.
Thank you.
Amy says, my dad checked in last night in his business suit and cigarette in hand.
Oh,
word, an eyebrow raised at me as usual. Some things never die.
Yeah.
Yeah, the father-daughter relationship is complicated. But yeah, it's beautiful that you had that visit. And I'm thinking, is it because we're coming up into the new moon? So we're like practically going into the dark moon that, that we've got sort of more messages about people receiving their visitation.
I wonder. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I love that. Thanks, everybody.
Stephanie says, I just started doing tarot. I'm learning. I'm pretty good, just not fully confident. Amazing.
Oh, congratulations.
If you've got questions, don't be shy. Yeah, that's exactly what we're here for.
And, confidence only comes from just doing. So just put yourself in the deep end and just go for it. So
exactly. The more you do it, the better you'll be. Amy says about her dad, like he was a teenager again, right? When you're describing it, it's very James Deanish, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel very 80s vibes, like 70s or 80s, like, like business suit and everything.
Love it. Amy says, love wall stuff, huge topic here in the USA. Very interesting. I was talking about the dry stone walls in Yorkshire.
Yeah. Like, I love them. Yeah.
Gorgeous. But I was running past one today and I'm like, what was this? Was this like for a house? Was this like for a business? Because you see them everywhere. And they're not really maintained anymore.
Okay, right.
Joey says Michigan. Sorry, I couldn't figure out what MI was. My Willie says, okay, maybe I'll keep my name then. Yeah, it was too many votes for the yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a classic like that, why change it?
Exactly. Donna, it's Donna Thomas, but I was like, is it Donna at home us? Donna Thomas says hi, Donna.
Hello, hi Donna. Random fact about nothing whatsoever that's important, but eyebrows, that's what I was thinking. I found this fact out the day that made me smile so much, that dogs have learned and trained an eyebrow muscle that was never existed in their ancestors or in wild dogs, because they know that if they do they get treats. So that they've created an eyebrow muscle, a prominent eyebrow muscle that was never there before, because they know that the dog with the big eyes that does that always gets the love and gets chosen and gets treats. So when you see a dog doing that, there's like a millennia of manipulation coming into fruition that this works.
That's amazing. Where the manipulation really? Where it's where did it start? Did it start with the treat being given or with the treat being received?
Or maybe choosing that the dog with the big eyes got the dog with the big eyes, but he got the attention, got the love, and went, I need to make that happen for me.
Yeah. How do I do it? And he's standing in the mirror like this.
That's how I see it. Works little weights on there.
Oh, when I was 17, I actually spent like most of a summer in front of the mirror trying to raise one eyebrow, which I couldn't do naturally. It's true.
I don't think I can do it either.
Spend the summer in front of the mirror. Invest in yourself, Laura. If you want to, you can do. If you will it will happen. Oh no, you can. You can. I think you just have to be disgusted enough with.
I think it's going to be
happen. You probably can do it naturally. It's just that nobody narcs you enough.
I love it.
Pumpkin says, only now I find out that Sully was cheating on me with a vet. No, Sully never sat on the vet's face, to be fair.
Oh, Sully boo. My little buddy.
I know. I'm in the room where we passed. It'll always be
there. Gorgeous Sully. We love Team Sully and Stella.
Yeah. Chris, who had the message, says his message was to be more confident in my voice, my capabilities, because my future job will require that. Trust and believe in myself because I'm more capable than I give myself credit for. I could not agree more with that. That's beautiful. Joey says vets are amazing people.
Yeah, really are. Big love to the vets.
Gorgeous Roddy Chrome says, who was wearing the Spinal Tap hat? So in the Golden Globes, which you can find on the YouTube, Nikki Glaser, the host, wore it on the very, very, very final link of the show as she was sort of saying goodbye, good night, everybody. Now we're going to put the credits or something a little bit more stylish. But yeah, she was sort of wearing all glamorous and with the Spinal Tap hat. That was good. Marcus says, Traitors is good to learn psychology because it is a mind thing. I've watched the first series, not my thing. Alan Carr won the UK celeb version. I submitted predictions with him as a winner. I have a dated and timed Word document on my computer that proves it, and it never got published. And it's happened because I write a lot of stuff. A portion of it gets published, but not everything. But I cannot tell you what the sense of devastation that my ego feels. Yeah,
I get it. It's a big
100%
thing.
An ego thing. It's fully an ego trip. I'm aware enough to be a little bit ashamed of it. But when like a high profile prediction that would have been such a great screenshot for my Instagram, when that happens, so I had to watch the finale. I was sort of commentating on the finale, and I was like, oh my God, I did predictions for this like weeks ago. Let me pull up the predictions. And I was like, okay, because Alan Carr is, I think, a Gemini with Capricorn moon.
Ooh.
And Capricorn moons, Capricorn rising, they can do reality. They can win reality. It doesn't even matter which format. They're incredible. They go in there thinking, I'm going to win this. Other people are there for the experience. Other people are there to get a little more famous. Other people are there to meet interesting people. Capricorns are in there to win. Yep. One reason. And therefore they do. So Alan Carr is he a Gemini or a Scorpio? It's something that is good at lying, because you've got to lie a lot in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
And the Capricorn thing, and I was like, that is my winner. And all it is now is, unfortunately, a Word doc.
Ooh. Dated,
a dated Word doc. Yeah. Like whenever I open it to cheer myself up a bit, I make sure that I don't add like a dot or anything, so it doesn't resave it on different dates. Simeon says your rune sets that I've seen before look amazing, Laura.
Oh, thank you. Yep, thank you. Yeah, it's really kind. Yes.
I
enjoy
cannot
making
wait
them.
to see the new ones.
Yeah, I'll get some photos up. I need to do the thing with the photos, but yes, I'll put them up, because there is some, and I didn't really sell them much. The book sold a lot, and some prints sold, some art sold, but I've still got some left. So yes, there'll be some rune sets available.
Amazing. Available today, gone tomorrow. Marcus says, mentioning tarot. Oh, sorry. I put up Rob. He says, hi. I took it off again. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Mentioning tarot collection, says Marcus, I will send you a pic later. My fireside, it's literally full of tarot. There are 10 packs. Of course, Thoth is my favorite. Of course.
Yeah. Thoth. Team Thoth.
Of course. Jackson, Michigan, or Jackson, Missouri?
Yeah, I was thinking Missouri. I wasn't sure, but yeah, I could hear it because I was behind the scenes. I was like, Missouri. I don't know.
Is it Jackson, Mississippi and Uptown Funk? It's something Mississippi. I don't know. Marcus says, and 2 sets of runes. I must not forget the runes, especially with Laura here. I don't want to get bashed for forgetting them. Laura's not in the mood for bashing.
No.
AP66, I'm very sorry I can't put your message to screen, but thank you for the engagement. Try something a little more subtle. You'll make it to screen. Pumpkin says, a swan on a van is less likely to break your arm too, unless you get run over by it. John is scared of animals. Fearful.
Oh, poor Pumpkin.
Chris has a message for Stephanie saying, trust, they are always with you, Stephanie. So that's how you make it. You may not feel it or see it, but love is ever present.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
That is so true. And that's really sort of important to remember as well. This is Pumpkin sharing his anxiety dreams with the room. Marcus says, love, and skulls. I know she's
we love the skulls.
So Simeon says, I had a dream the other night of being on a train and being greeted by an old man named Sam after he showed me his name badge. Do you think he was a guide of some sort? Well, yeah, if he's guiding you.
Yeah. I mean, I think transport dreams are kind of an interesting one. They're quite a common dream as well. For different forms of transport. So the train is that dream, because you're not driving the train, so it's almost like you're being taken somewhere. So that could be that you're being guided, and it often depends on whether you're feeling happy about that, or excited, or sad, or stressed. So it kind of shows something about the direction you're going in, almost subconsciously, because when you're driving in a dream, it's like you're doing the work. But when you're on a transport that someone else is obviously driving in a dream, it's more like it's the forces that are leading you in life. So it does depend how you feel. So yes, it could well be something that someone that's communicating that kind of thing.
Exactly. So it is a sort of guide for sure. But trains are also connected with passion and sexuality. So just not to leave that like unspoken. That's what I'm here for the unspoken stuff. But yeah, so you're the best person to interpret your own dream. You're the best person who knows everything that's sort of going on with you. There we go. And he adds, I felt like I've not connected enough lately and being asked for more communication from guide spirit. So yeah, that could be what it is, like the give and take between you and spirit. It could be taking you, you know, kind of to, you know, to the higher realms. We're gonna have to start winding things down. I'm so sorry.
No, I just got here, but yeah, it's a short show anyway, isn't it? When we start talking, it just goes, and then me being later, so it's a
it kind of flies. So are you here next week?
I am. Yes, I am. I am.
Amazing. Me too. So
brilliant.
Have a safe journey to the vets tomorrow. And for everybody, thank you for joining us.
For everybody.
Thank you for sharing with us. We're going to put our closing credits, and then there's going to be like a little thing that for the like a little teaser for the whole channel. Enjoy it, and we will see you next week.
See you next week. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh, there it is. Found it.